everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Carol's Daily Sauce. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to be reminded of each and every video that I upload. Thank you to all of you all that have tuned in, all of you all that have been here from day one, all of you new subscribers, and I most definitely, without a doubt, thank you for each and every hater, because, not because you make me, but because maybe the hope is that you can come here and you can see that I am not my reaction. You know, you guys have to understand, just like people can say that reaction videos are reality TV, which is so crazy. Anyway, go ahead and share this video out, you guys. I literally got a comment on yesterday from a reaction video that I put out that, y'all, some of these people, I have to understand the intellect. That's what I have to do. I have to understand, or even just try to attempt to understand the intellect. And I also have to attempt to understand that there are in cases and in instances no intellect. With that being said, I had a subscriber, or no, I had someone who come on my channel, and they commented on the reaction video of Strong Mommy Chrissy, obviously, and they said something to me to the effect that I need to do a video on Mona Scott, because Mona Scott is lying and has fictitious stories, I guess for views, and then I was trying to basically what they were indicating was that Strong Mommy Chrissy was a star and that I was trying to take their income from being a star. God knows when I edit this, I'm going to have to put crickets, because I'm sorry, I didn't know she was a reality star. I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me though. Anyway, today this is something new that I'm starting, and this is, first let me give you this disclaimer. If you hear dogs, we have 3. We have 2 outside and 1 little bitty one in the house. And I know at the beginning of the video, you guys have already heard little Kirby barking. He swears that he is a big dog. He is the man, okay? But anyway, this particular segment that I'm doing today, and I'm doing it in front of the camera because I had gotten very, very used to doing recordings, because the recordings were easier and I didn't have to, you know, like I said in another video, I'm a student, so I don't work outside my home. So a lot of times I am not in, you know, a mode to be, you know, on a video. But this is what we're doing, is we are starting a new segment on my page. And go ahead, people, because I know people are going to jump on the bandwagon. You come out with something, you do something, people do it too. Prime example, when I do my readings for my books, and when I do some reactions, I do recordings. I got that from Blah Ma Eats. I thought that was a really good idea. Granted, it is something that YouTube offers us as influencers to be able to use it, to be able to record without actually physically showing yourself. But I did. I got the thing from Blah Ma Eats. She's the one who did it, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool for those times that you actually don't want to get up and, you know, get yourself together. But today we're discussing the word of the, and I felt compelled to discuss with you all the word of the week today. narcissism. Okay? A lot of people don't know what it is to be a narcissist. They don't know what narcissism is, but I'm here on today to educate you on the word narcissism. 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 This is having an excessive interest or an admiration of your own self or of your own appearance. Now, the difference between being a narcissist or divulging into narcissism is that persons can have confidence. There's nothing wrong with confident. I'm very confident, but I'm not a narcissist. I am going to attempt to try to explain to you the difference. Narcissists, or those having and dealing with narcissism, are ones who are selfish, they're self-absorbed, they are self-centered, they are self-conceited, and literally they think that everything is about them. There's also a disorder called the narcissistic personality disorder. Now, if that ain't to me one of the craziest things in the world, because whenever you get something like that, a disorder, a syndrome, I don't know if you guys know it or not, but whenever you get things like that, they can be deemed as mental illness. Meaning, if one suffers from narcissism so much, they can be deemed mentally ill and get a monthly check for it from SSI or Social Security Disability. Okay? Now, this medical condition is a mental disorder. And it is one where a person has a very exaggerated, very exaggerated sense of self-importance. But deep down inside, they battle with low self-esteem. So basically, while they are trying to behave or act like they're so pompous and high-mighty and that they think highly of themselves, in all actuality, they have low self-esteem. That in and of itself indicates that it is a mental illness, because you are verbalizing something but behaving a different way and feeling a different way. Unfortunately, this disorder is very common. Very common in the United States and in other countries. Every year there are over 3 million cases diagnosed. Now y'all know mental illness is real and it's nothing to be played with at all. This condition, narcissistic personality disorder, doesn't have a known cause. It doesn't have, there are some disorders and some syndromes where they say that it could be from a result of personal trauma. But with this particular disorder, the thought is that it is associated with one's upbringing. Excuse me. So that could possibly mean that whoever raised them kind of employed that spirit within them. These people have an excessive admiration for themselves. They participate in controlling behaviors and controlling behaviors of others. I read a couple of stories where narcissists have been in relationships, male and female, with one another, and the narcissist has an income and their significant other has an income. They will in turn control and order their food for them. They'll control, and when they're sent out to go and get things for them, the person sending them out may say, I want secret deodorant, powder, fresh scent. It's on sale at Walmart for $3.69. Please do not get me the double batch, because the double batch is $7 and I don't need two, I only need one. You send that narcissistic person to the store. They come back from Walmart and they got something that's deodorant. It's in a blue container, but it ain't secret. It's called Supposed, with fresh powder scent. So what they've in turn did is they took your money and used your money to buy what it is that they wanted you to have in a controlling nature. These people who are narcissists have trouble taking any type of criticism. It could be constructive criticism. It can be non-constructive criticism. Anybody that has a problem taking criticism has a problem, because whether it's constructive or not, it can be helpful. To treat this situation, this disorder, psychotherapy needs to come in play. They need to make and have appointments on a weekly or monthly basis, depending on the severity. And being a narcissistic or a person who has narcissism, they need to see the doctor or the psychotherapist every single week, because they're battling, okay? I'm willing to bet that you are dealing with someone who has narcissistic behaviors, and you know it, but you just deal with it. Another way to treat it is through medication. Yep, through medication. Medications can be prescribed for people dealing with this illness, because not only do they have low self-esteem, they also deal with depression and anxiety as a result of the low self-esteem. A lot of them don't have friends, but they tend to surround themselves with acquaintances or, quote unquote, their posse. So if you think about it, if somebody says they have a posse, they are just looking out pretty much for their own behavior, because a posse works together. A posse works together. They work together usually for a common cause. The narcissistic person wants the posse to work together for them. These people have a history of so-called friends who enter their life and they exit their life. They enter their life and they exit their life. And they do this frequently throughout a lifetime. It ends up being a open door, closed door situation throughout their whole life. They can't maintain friendships because instead of getting the help that it is that they need in helping them first, they continue on in the behavior, not realizing that it is something that they're dealing with. Because a lot of times, it's just like with anything. You can have a person that deals with mental illness, whether it be schizophrenia, or say they just deal with depression. Both of those are mental illnesses. However, schizophrenia is a very, very grave, serious disorder, mental illness. Depression can be a very, very serious one, because both of those illnesses require psychotherapy as well as medication. They can. Now, schizophrenia can even more so, because you have the issue with hearing voices, you have the issue with being depressed and anxiety, and then with the other one, you just have just the depression. The bottom line with narcissism and those that are being narcissistic is this: they really are living a facade, okay? Instead of accepting and realizing who you are and working to make the person you are better, they live in this la-la land that they're already okay and they don't need any help and they got all of the answers answered. They can be very charming. They can be very socially adaptive, like wherever they go, they can fit in. But it's all in act, because deep down inside, they're suffering and dealing with low self-esteem. Many times in conversations with them, they monopolize the conversation. And the reason that they try to monopolize the conversation is because if I let you talk too long, too much truth will get out. If I let you talk too long, I might get offended from something you're saying. You see what I'm saying? They can be impatient. They are easily disappointed when they don't feel like they're getting the importance, recognition they feel they so deserve. Now, if you want to walk around here thinking that you're a little more important than what you are, then so be it. If you want to inflate your self-worth, then so be it. Narcissistic people have an endless hunger for constant praise, for wanting and craving constant praise. And see, me, I'm very logical, okay? I always want to know where we going, why we going, how we gonna get there, how much it's gonna cost to get there. I need to know everything from the very, very beginning, okay? So I'm taking another counseling class, because what I am majoring in, there will be a lot of counseling. As a matter of fact, I believe this is my 4th or 5th counseling class that I've taken. And yesterday, I had to go online and take a True Colors test. What True Colors it can be several reasons for you taking True Colors test. You could take a True Colors test to find out what occupations are good for you. You could take a True Colors test to find out what personality you fall into. But it was really weird, because when you take the test, it's not a true or false. It's not A, B, or C, happy, sad, or it's not like that. It is most like me, least like me, not like me, partly like me. And it asks you about situations with compassion, situations with how you handle and deal with things verbally, loyalty, situations regarding loyalty, dependency, and whether or not you're dependable, punctual. And it's strange, because when you're asking the questions in the test, I think it's like 20 questions, and it's 5 sets. It's a total of 20 questions, 4 questions per set. They ask you all these questions, and when you're answering these 4 questions, only one can be more like me. Only one can be most like me. Only one can be least like me. So once you answer one and you thinking it's this, you get down to the next one, and then this one might be this. So, but the crazy thing about it, when I was taking the test, I was like, this is gonna have me, I had to take it from my counseling class for occupation to see what occupations I fall into. But it pretty much tells you whether you are a gold, whether you are orange, a green, a blue. It tells you your color style, and it all has to do with your personality. I ended up scoring very, very high in blue. Blue was my first highest number. I actually got an 18. My second one was green, and I think on the green I got 16. To make a long story short, punctual, caring, helpful, an encourager. I mean, it tells you how you may have been as a child and how you looked at and approached relationships as a child. I'm going to go ahead and put in the description box the link to it. I didn't have to pay anything because I had a code for my instructor. I don't know how you all would do it, but it's quite interesting. To make a long story short, the adjectives that it used to describe me were exactly like me. And I find it so weird because all by just answering 20 questions about how you look at life, they can tell you what color you fall in, and then as a result of that, tell you the positions or occupations that you fall in. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to school for human services and probation officer. Y'all, my test score showed over 79 different occupations, from as crazy as a dog groomer all the way to a podiatrist. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm back. That was my sister calling me from, I think it was an accident, from Georgia. But basically all the way, just a dog groomer, podiatrist, human resources worker, a LVN, a registered nurse, a chiropractor. But if you think about all of those positions, every last one I named, I have a heart for helping, caring, and people. And that's something that no one will be able to change, regardless of what they think. I'm going to put that link in the description. Maybe you want to do it, maybe you don't. But I'm so glad I'm not a narcissist. I'm so glad that I don't operate in narcissism. And if you do, if you find yourself watching this and you go, which you probably won't, to be frankly honest with you. To be frankly honest with you, you probably won't. Because narcissists and those that deal with narcissism are not really good at saying, I'm wrong, I don't know this. They live in a fairy tale world. So, word of the day, narcissism and being narcissistic. Please don't find yourself in that. Because if you find yourself in that, you'll find yourself making make-believe friends, having a false sense of reality, and inflating who you really are. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning into Carol's Daily Sauce. Hopefully you have enjoyed our word of the week, narcissism. We are about 46 subscribers away from 500, and I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. You could subscribe, you could unsubscribe, you can do whatever you want. I'm not bound to, but like I tell everybody, I'm gonna eat whether I get monetized or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't need YouTube to pay my bills. No pun intended for those that do YouTube to pay their bills, because honey, there are some people on YouTube who are millionaires as a result of being on YouTube. So no pun intended. But I wanted to come and tell you guys about the word of the day, and I wanted to show my face because honey, I don't have anything to hide. I don't have anything to hide. I know who I am. I love who I am. And you should too. Thank you so much. You guys have a blessed and wonderful day. Whether you know it or not, I'm still praying for you. Be blessed, be strengthened, and be encouraged. Bye-bye.